Watch this, Kendall. This is gonna be funny.
Today we're going to be recapping the flood of 19, the prep work, the damage, and repair.
Oh, that's me pulling out the stick because it was stuck in the dirt.
And you finally got it out.
Yeah, that thing is buried. We could barely see it. Hold on, that's like the fourth time pulling on it. That's easy.
Actually hit that with the cultivator.
Yeah. 1 shake, 2 shake, 3 shake, 4 shake. Broke.
There's
Well, that's south of town.
Yeah, so.
south of town bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
This is seep water. Seep water is when the water table is too high, the water will start going onto your ground because it has nowhere else to go besides the ground. It will go on top of the ground.
And we made a little, basically we hammered in little posts in the ground and then put boards along the side of it to block all the water.
Just in case the water got above the levee.
Which it did.
But it went over the wall, so
Yeah.
or it didn't really hold it very much.
Yep.
That's us putting it up.
And that's me trying to hammer it in.
That was
I mean,
like
I was
5
like-
years ago.
Yeah.
There's another wall.
Yep.
There's
That's eating
me and
lunch
Tyler.
Eating Lunchables in the
Lunch
back
in the
of
back of
the
the UTV. There's
Jonah
Jonah.
with the tucked in shirt and the shorts.
It's got a pink shirt.
Like just like Michael. Oh, that is when the river got high. That's how they thought it was gonna go.
The red line is what they thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's a little purple line.
Purplish red, whatever.
Yeah. That's when.
And the blue line was at what it was actually was right at that time.
That's me had a shirt on.
And there's me in the home shirt.
And there's a Bentley sitting there. What is he doing? Stuck out a stump.
No, he's doing
Chewing his
something.
fingernails.
Yeah, you're chewing on your fingernails. Looks like. I have my shovel between my legs. Here we were shoveling sand to put in the sandbags. My papa took the spreader truck and filled it up with sand, and then put a cone on the end and made a little chute that you could attach to the end, and so the cone would be the perfect size, so you could slip it in the sandbag and then fill the sandbag.
a lot easier.
Then you had someone run the gate, one guy closing them up and passing them on. You'd pass them on one guy at a time. Then you'd pass them on. There'd just be a assembly line. Basically, person. All of a sudden, bags over into one pile. And then after you get the pile, like you see in the picture,
Put them on
that's
pallets.
me, Britton, my friend Katie, Riley, and Bentley.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bentley's
And
back in there.
Lizzie in the picture.
This is the spillway that was created to relieve pressure off the ring levee. It was better to allow a little water in than have the entire levee blow and all the water pour in.
And there's my dad's shooting grade. The shooting grade is for when, let's say you have a low spot in the levee and the water gets above the levee and it go in that low spot first. So we want to put dirt there and put a wall there. That way in the low spot, that way the water wouldn't come out in the low spot first.
Like my great-grandparents lived in the bottoms, right by the levee, and so when the water, we thought it was gonna flood, we started moving everything out. Like in this picture, they're moving most of the tools out and all that, your tools and chemicals, whatever they need to move out. And that is the picture of me and my
93,
papa.
wasn't it?
Yeah, he was showing how high the water got when it was in 93. This is how high they expected the water to go, but then that my mom said, she told my dad that morning, said the morning the levee broke, the water dropped tremendously. He's like, so she called my papa and said, and he said the levee broke.
The water would drop because all the water was coming from the river into the bottoms. That's why it dropped.
This is my papa because he wanted to wait until my dad got there so he wouldn't be stranded out there all alone by himself, and then
If the levee broke.
to put more sandbags around the house so water wouldn't get to the house. That's him driving through the water there. That looks like pretty deep. Looks like it's up to the running boards. That's a picture of a helicopter or
Airplane or something.
airplane. That is my grandpa's place, and that's a sling, which is really high.
Yeah, that's
You have to get like lifted up in there.
You can see all the trees and sticks and debris in the bottoms there where the water has taken all of it.
Looks like there's a whole bunch of sticks and all
There's you.
that piling all around it. Now there's me. There's all those sticks piled all along it, and there's a big old tree. Looks like
Yeah, big.
log.
And then
Ripped
that's
it off.
you can
That's-
walk across the
And there-
bridge. They closed off the bridge so you can walk across the bridge and see how much water flooded into the bottoms.
That is my dad driving across. He used driving across the river. Well, the bottoms is flooded, and there was no other way besides the bridge going to the bottoms because there's no alternative route besides going on a highway.
And they used the power lines to judge where the road was driving through all that water, just in case he didn't veer off the track and get stuck.
And he couldn't see the ground, or when he was empty and the sprayer was not loaded, the water would push him over. When the sprayer was empty, it'd sit there and push him over so much.
And
There's him coming.
coming back.
Forecasting. We blew a lot of wheel motors
You'll see that in a little bit.
because sand and water are not good for
Not
wheel
a good
motors.
mix.
Not a good mix. No. Right here, the water's pretty shallow. It gets deep as far as back you go.
Road's higher.
That's our old sprayer at a 1254.
Rogator. We got a Case IH now.
We got a 4440
I think so.
Patriot.
Patriot.
The old Rogator. I remember when you go down the road, that thing was smooth.
It was loud.
Yeah. Especially in the cab because you got something banging on something in the cab. There's something wrong.
And there's people walking over the bridge.
We weren't supposed to be driving over the bridge, but we did.
We had to get
We
spraying
had
done.
to.
Get spraying done.
Nobody was harder than making the video. That's
That's
us.
when we were
That's
replacing wheel bearings.
no.
The wheel
motor.
Wheel motor.
That's when the water got down enough to where we could go down into the bottoms and see how much damage had been done. See all the sand, how long it would take.
There's a lot of sand and water,
Bunch of sand.
either on our land. All of our land was just sand and water.
And that's us. That's my dad
Looking
observing
at it.
everything.
This is the exit hole. The top levee broke up top, and the water filled the bottoms and broke this levee to join back up with the river.
So
There's
crazy.
That's where all the sand
Look
filled
at
up.
all the sand.
That's where all the sand ridges from where the water dropped it.
Now it used to be a road, and that's just stuff we found in the
Finding all
bottoms.
stuff from
Found a
the
whole bunch of
neighbors.
crazy stuff.
We found literally trees in the bottoms from water on the long side of the banks would take it out, and that's us airing up the tire on the 4x40.
Yep.
And
There-
that's the grapple we got.
We bought a new grapple just to get trees
Pick
and
up trees.
stuff out of the field, but we noticed that the 40's too heavy in the front end, so it just sinks out of sight.
We had to use the 50, Sigma 50 to pull it out. And you can see in the picture.
And I was trying to get it out.
See the 750 rolls.
See the grapple on it. You can see that John Deere got stuck. He was pulling it out. Case.
That's me picking up sticks. That's my dad's old dually there.
And
And
that,
then
we had to rent a skid steer because the 40, like I said, was sink and too heavy. So we rented a skid steer to get all the sticks and the trees out of there.
and the trash just floated across.
There's Tyler.
There's me picking up sticks. We found a whiskey bottle.
There's Bentley and Tyler.
Yeah,
Bentley's driving.
Picking up sticks.
There's
all
me,
the-
Tyler, and
It was
Bentley.
raining that day, I guess.
Bentley's in the
was.
background. Tyler's in the middle.
When it would rain, it would get all nasty. There's the 750 sunk
They're box blading.
to the frame.
or dirt scooping.
It got sunk to the frame. I remember pulling that out with a 9330, my Poplar's tractor.
4-wheel drive.
And that's when we were,
Wheel came off.
yeah, we were dirt scooping along top side of a sand ridge, getting some sand off. I was with him, next thing you know, boom, hit the ground real hard. Wheel came off, saw the wheel right there. Bent the step, fender, tore all the planetaries out. So we had to come actually in this basement for 3 days, putting
Got it
pin
out.
things back in. Took forever. Pin bearing. Komatsu to pick up the tire.
PC 290. We had to pick up tire, and then we just flipped the sand, and that's what we used. We'll show you in a minute. And there it
There's
is
some
again.
pictures. There's a big buggy. You can fit inside the bucket.
And
Tell me about it.
we rented another link belt track hoe to flip the sand. We would take the sand off the top, dig a hole, dig the black dirt out, put the sand down back into the hole, and then fill the black dirt, put it on top of the sand. That way the sand would be buried and the black dirt would be on the topsoil. That way we didn't have sand on top of the ground. But we just kind of mixed it because you couldn't get it perfect. But because sometimes the sand's really deep, sometimes it's really shallow. You really can't tell. Like I did it. My dad sent me off for like a whole day, track hoeing, and then it took so long. You only get like 5 down and backs in a day. Granted, I'm not that good at it, but it took a while.
Yeah, it was 3 whole
Oh yeah,
months.
I watched you do it.
You can see the hole there, and they would scrape. His dad would scrape the sand off the top and fill it into that hole, and then he would take the black dirt that was off to the side, or he would dig it out where the sand he drug from the front side dug into that hole. He would dig the black dirt out and dump it on top of the sand that he just put in that hole right there.
And then he would, and we did this for like 3 months, every day nonstop, except on Sundays.
Take forever.
This is when my dad and Timmy were having arguments saying about Timmy wanted to haul us off, my dad just wanted to bury it. So my dad buried it, and it's all a bunch of brush, dirt, sand, and a lot of logs in there. So my dad buried it, and Timmy doesn't know until now.
Yeah, when he watches this video,
Yeah.
I just learned it out too. No, running track hoe is really fun.
I ran it once
Yeah, you
with my
like what
dad.
he said.
It's a little jumpy.
When you get good songs on the radio for a whole day, it gets pretty fun though. But it's pretty fun operating it. There's your dad.
There's my dad.
His dad ran the link belt. My dad ran the Komatsu.
Sometimes, yeah.
So stay tuned. It's almost planting season. You'll see us planting the same ground as all that sand has been on, and where we taking the sand off the fields, and you'll see that. And you'll see us in spring planting, and summer mowing hay and all that. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. See ya.
See ya.
Peace out.